Chad, on the other hand, his blood pressure's going up.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, you want to try some action? My voice no longer was giving anymore. We were still spinning.
He's like, are you okay? Mentally, I'm like, I don't really know if I am okay right now.
Greetings from Kayakoy, Turkey. Although we still have the sea legs from our last adventure out on the Mediterranean, we're going to gather up the energy, but also the courage to go paragliding in one of the most famous spots in the entire world. We're going to ride up a mountain and take flight over the city of Oludeniz. Kayakoy, we are staying at Pyramid Boutique Hotel, and Chad found this place over on booking.com, and I'm really loving it because it feels like a little oasis. It's got a pool, it's got chickens, all sorts of flowers, and they even give us complimentary breakfast. So what more could we ask for?
They're here.
Oh, nice. Perfect timing. That was not our taxi. This has happened so many times where we think it's our food or it's our taxi, but it's never ours.
A man with a red shirt came and found us.
We are currently in the paragliding office, and I feel like I should be more nervous than I actually am. Chad, on the other hand, behind the camera, has got the shaky knees. His blood pressure's going up.
Oh my gosh. On the way in, we could see them going off of the mountain, like so high.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but Chad did, and he was nervously laughing.
We just paid, so
Yeah.
kind of locked in now.
Can't back out.
We're now gonna put the camera away and switch to the GoPro as we go up the mountain and jump off the cliff.
We just drove up a very tall mountain, probably like what, a 30-minute ride?
Yeah.
Pretty long. And so we are now at the very top. We're going to jump off in just a little bit and take flight. That is a steep hill I'm about to run off of.
Getting ready for the weekend.
There's Claire, way up there.
Sure, I got dough, but don't need it. Cause all I want is your healing. Your healing. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to pump this place up.
He's letting me drive.
From the block. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to plant it, drop.
Has Claire landed?
Hello.
Yeah, he did.
Say bye bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye, Cam.
Oh my! So we started today with sea legs, and now I have like air legs. I still feel like I'm in the air flying. We are back at our hotel, and Chad is going through all the footage that we just got from our paragliding experience just to make sure that everything went smoothly. But let me reflect on all that just happened because it feels like a dream. So let's start all the way back at takeoff. My pilot was saying it's very important that you run off the cliff, otherwise we won't go. And so I was like, all right, I'm ready to run. My pilot was way taller than me, and so I think I got like 1 or 2 steps in of running, and then it was just my 2 little feet dangling because he's so much taller, and I like didn't even really have to run, and we were off in just a couple of seconds. Takeoff went very smoothly, and I believe at one point we were actually at 2,000 meters high, and all I could really think about was like my stomach just kind of like feeling it drop, like when you're on a roller coaster. It was really cold up there, and I think my pilot noticed because he kept feeling like my hand or my skin just to see how cold I was getting, and so he gave me his gloves at one point, which was really sweet, and he also gave me a spare parachute to put over my body like as a blanket, and so I was staying very cozy up there. After flying for a bit, he's like, you want to try some action? I was like, no, why not? I'm already up here. And so we decided to go off and do some like action turns, which is basically when you're like twirling like crazy. You're like going at a 45-degree angle and just like spinning in the air. And so I think he could tell that I was like, woo, like getting really excited from it. And so he's like, all right, your turn. You try to fly with the action. And I was like, I don't know. I don't have much experience flying, first of all. Like, no experience flying. He's like, you can do it, you can do it. And so he told me how to control the parachute, so I grabbed on, and he was just telling me like right, and so like I pull on the right, and then we'd like start twirling to the right, and then he'd be like, all right, slowly release, and then it would kind of like bring us back up. As we continued on, he just kept saying like, you want to do more action? I was like, you know what, we paid the money, let's just get the money's worth, let's do all the action. I kid you not, like there was one point where we were at like more than a 45-degree angle, and we just kept spinning and spinning, and I was like screaming, going like ah, and to the point that my voice no longer was giving any more ah, we were still spinning. That's how you know it was a long time.
And I have to say, I was looking out for Claire the entire time, and she was constantly, I guess her pilot was taking her back and forth, and spinning her around, because she was always, literally, like, you were always turning.
Yeah, I was always like,
I was like, oh my gosh. I was constantly seeing her arms and your legs move. I was like, geez, it's a party over there.
I'm definitely a hype girl,
Yeah.
so I'm like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And like when he'll do like even just a small turn, I'll be like, yeah. And so he's like, you must absolutely love the action. And so he was going for it.
Whereas my guy at one point, he's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm totally fine. Mentally, I'm like, I don't really know if I am okay right now, because I am like extremely nervous because we're so high up.
Yeah, that took a lot out of us.
Yeah, we're both feeling
air sick. Well, you didn't even do half the tricks that I was doing.
Well, I did enough though.
Whew. But I think we're gonna go and check out some nearby ruins that's really well known here in Kayakoy. Maybe the walking will help us feel more equated to being on land again.
I was out of town to find myself, a way to get myself.
We have made it to the world famous ghost town here in Kayakoy, and basically this entire city up until the 1920s was inhabited by Christians and Muslims that lived together in harmony. They had schools, shops, houses, open markets, and basically they lived together just trying to get through the everyday struggles of life. Up until there was a war between Greece and Turkey, and during that time they actually had this law that forced a lot of the Muslim people that lived in Greece to come over here to Turkey, and a lot of the Christians here in Turkey to flee over to Greece. So because of that, all of the Christians left this town, and that basically forced this town into a ghost town because so many people left since it was not, I guess, their home anymore. But nowadays you can kind of wander through the ruins of these houses and get a sense of what it was like way back then.
We're standing underneath a fig tree, and something I love about Turkey is that the soil is so fertile. They can grow almost anything here, and we've just been walking past so many different fruit trees and flowers. It's beautiful here.
And now it's midnight and the sun is out. What can we do? Go and spend it all where we wanna be. It's midnight and the sun is out. What can we do? Go and spend it all where we wanna be.
Another fig tree. We're in fig paradise.
I'm just truly amazed at how many people must have lived here at some point, and that they all had to leave their houses behind. So growing up, I played in a treehouse with some neighborhood friends, but I can't imagine growing up here. Our accommodation host actually just had a kid, so it's making me think about how this kid is gonna grow up and have all these ruins in their backyard to be able to go run about and play, and you're literally walking through history of possibly even your ancestors.
Yeah, that is actually pretty cool. We just passed by this woman selling these little good luck charms. All we had was 5 Turkish lira on us, so this was all we could really afford. But these have the evil eye on them, and this is something we've been seeing all over Turkey. There are these like blue eyeballs that are literally everywhere, and they're supposed to sway off evil spirits. So we have 2 little good luck charms. Hopefully they will bring some positivity to our lives. And I love the little red ribbon that's tied onto them. Kind of reminds me of the Turkish flag. We are now walking to our dinner spot, and we've actually eaten at this restaurant for the past 2 nights. It's owned by the sweetest little family, and they make some really, really good lamb chops. How much bread have we eaten in Turkey, Chad?
I'd say at least 12 loaves.
Oh, it's gotta be more than that. My favorite soup in all of Turkey, lentil soup. You put a little squeeze of lemon on it and it is so, so good. I need to learn how to make it, honestly. This is probably something you've noticed from our Turkey series so far, but the people here in Turkey are the kindest, friendliest people we've ever met on our travels so far. They're always there to give you the best hospitality, to just be genuine and welcome you as a tourist. They don't hassle you, they don't pressure you into buying anything, and it's just been such a great experience. And usually when we do meet really wonderful people, we just love the country. And so Turkey honestly is pretty high up there from all the countries we visited so far.
Not to mention, they always offer you Turkish tea.
Yeah, they do.
Thank you.
Enjoy the meal.
It's not often that the chef himself brings the food to the table. Of course, we've got ourselves some lamb chops. The lamb here in Turkey is basically like a third of the price of what it is in the US, so we've been eating as much lamb as we possibly could. And then one other thing, we got a sea bream because we are pretty close to the coast, so we wanted to indulge in some seafood. Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, ooh. Eggplant. My favorite vegetable in Turkey. They do it right. The owner just brought us some post-dinner fruit on the house. Like I said, the people here are so genuine and so kind. What a day. So today's actually Mother's Day, so we've got to go home and call our mamas. But with that, I think we're gonna end it here. If you'd like to follow along on our journey to 50 countries around the world, hit subscribe. If you'd like to see some behind the scenes content and updates, join us on Patreon. And with that, we'll catch you in another city in Turkey. Bye. We're going to... We have gathered up the greetings from Kayakoy. Oh my gosh!
Those freaking chickens.
We were